see any of that. You gotta make it up.
You see what you want to see. It's abstract.
What's that supposed to be?
I think that's Perseus.
What's that?
Oh, he was a hero in Greek mythology.
Why was he a hero?
He was pretty brave for starters. He went on dangerous adventures to fight monsters. But it's more than that. A lot more. What else makes a hero?
They're strong.
Hmm?
They beat up bad people.
Some do, yeah. But punishing bad guys isn't what makes a hero, you know. To be a hero, you have to save people too.
The good people.
Everyone.
Gotham is a laboratory, and we its test subjects.
Open all cells on Block B!
Falcone said Otis Flanagan is the Rat King. A stretch, but worth investigating. I'll search his cell. Then tonight, death row, where Falcone was attacked.
What's going on, guys? My name is Glenn Twist, and welcome back to Batman Arkham Shadow. As you can see here, I'm Matches Malone, locked in prison. Not Batman. Nuh-uh. I love that skyline. But look, today's episode, we're going to be finding out how to get into death row. Or go to death row, we'll see. Yeah, we should probably go check his cell, so let's go do that. But first, let's look at some bios that we missed. So in the last episode, we got quite a bit of characters here. Look at this. That's 3 rows, 4 rows. Cannot count. Lyle Bolton's application to the GCPD was rejected after he was deemed too sadistic for the job, even by Gotham City standards. His contempt for criminals was seen as an asset by Tiger as it sought ways to improve Blackgate's reputation as a revolting door. As captain of the guards, Bolton has cracked down on the prison populace, earning him widespread enmity.
Scum like you need to be kept in line. You should be locked up in a cage without a key. Blackgate belongs to me now, and so do you!
Then we also got Takeo Yamashiro. Recently transferred from Bloodhaven, Yamashiro has been linked to the Gotham City arm of the Hasagawa Yakuza family. His formidable reputation precedes him, and both the Rats and the Falcone family maintain a respectful distance while extending overtures of partnership. Having stayed above the power struggle thus far, Yamashiro may know more than he lets on.
You don't have someone watching your back, you're gonna find a knife in it.
And I love that he was actually in a comic book before this game, which is not something I knew. Batman and the Outsiders. Never watched or read that. Then, of course, we got Matches Malone, a.k.a. Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman. To infiltrate Blackgate Prison and move inconspicuously in Gotham's criminal underworld, Batman created a third identity, Irving Dennis Malone, a minor league crook from the East End named Matches for firebombing the Bat Signal. He is perceived to be a generally average stand-up guy by allies within Blackgate Prison.
I'm not looking for trouble. I just got a talent for finding it. It's like I'm always saying.
Love that voice change.
Want to start a fire? You need matches. I'm more of a smash and grab guy. Fighting's not really my thing, you know?
Right. So matches is like Vicky Vale. When Vale dreamed of being an award-winning journalist, she never expected to cover a costume vigilante. During the months since her reporting gave Gotham City the first ever footage of Batman, she's become one of its most trusted sources of news. Thanks to her on-again, off-again relationship with Bruce Wayne, she's occasionally part of the story herself.
Remember to stay safe and as far away from danger as possible, unless you want to wind up on the news.
Brandon used to be a GCPD SWAT. Brandon used the good GCPD SWAT unit as his personal militia for years, earning a reputation for cruelty and excessive force. Jim Gordon and Harvey Dent delivered an ultimatum: quit quietly or have his dirty laundry publicly aired. After a quick exit, he found employment at Blackgate with Tiger Security, where Lyle Bolton considers Brandon's appetite for brutality an asset.
This job's great. No choir boy Jim Gordon breathing down my neck.
Joe, a lifter who runs the prison's commissary. Joe peddles supplies and a few illicit goods on the side. He keeps his head down, stays out of trouble, and advises others to do the same. Joel's role necessitates he remain unafflicted with any of the prison's gangs, although he seems to have taken a liking to the newcomer, Matches Malone.
I don't take sides in here. I'm, Sweden. Good luck, Malone. It is Malone, right? I'm a lifer, kid, and it's better than I deserve.
Falcone, the Roman. For decades, Carmine Falcone was unquestioned kingpin of Gotham City's criminal underworld. Those brave or foolish enough to stand up to the Roman were paid off, or they mysteriously vanished. Recent efforts by Batman, Harvey Dent, and Jim Gordon led to his criminal prosecution. Unremorseful and unrepentant, Falcone refuses to accept that crime in Gotham is changing.
The Batman has crossed the line, and now he dies. It doesn't matter if I'm locked up. Gotham City is mine. Nobody, and I mean nobody, talks to me like that.
Ferris Boyle, despite a carefully crafted philanthropic image, GothCorp CEO was a ruthless businessman. His callous disregard contributed to the presumed death of Nora Freeze and the ensuing accident that turned her husband into the cryogenic criminal Mr. Freeze. Boyle's fall from grace was seen as a turning point for Gotham, soaring his fellow elites' appetite for charitable works.
We weren't perfect, but GothCorp served the greater good.
Sure. Ricky Loose Lips LeBlanc. Ricky LeBlanc prizes self-preservation over loyalty, making him a reliable, if unwilling, informant. Formerly employed by the Penguin, he jumped ship to join Carmine Falcone's crew, who he believes will weather the current trend of costumed criminal freaks and subsequently reward him with a position of power, an exceptionally optimistic outlook to say the least.
If there's one thing Ricky LeBlanc's good at, it's keeping secrets.
Arnold Wesker. Despite his meek demeanor, Arnold Wesker is in Blackgate for violent murder. He claims his victim just kept walking into the knife dozens of times. Wesker's repressed dark side makes him far more dangerous than he seems. Lately, he's taken an interest in a ventriloquist dummy made by his cellmate Donegan.
This is Woody. We're best friends.
We just met, Four Eyes. And you're far too clingy for me.
Hey, Batman, I'll finish the job for Tiger and kill you myself.
Oh, I'm...
Hey, Batman, I'll finish the job for Tiger and kill you myself.
Oh, I don't think he'll... like that.
I love this look for Scarface. That's the name of the doll. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm Wesker, Arnold Wesker.
Arnie boy here may not look like much, but he's pliable, dependable, and he can give me what I want.
Donegan. Serving a life sentence for murder, Donegan became trusted by the daily drudgery of incarceration. Inspired by a book on ventriloquism, he fashioned a new friend, Woody, from the remnants of a Blackgate's old hangman tree. With his boredom cured, Donegan has identified a new source of irritation. His sniveling cellmate, Arnold Wesker.
I worked too long on Woody to let that basket case Arnold Wesker take him.
Otis Flanagan. Otis was an exterminator for the Department of Sanitation Unit until he began seeing rats as intelligent beings. Tormented by his acts of mass murder, a botched assassination attempt on his former employer landed him in Blackgate. He emerged as a self-styled prophet of the Rat King who uses his trained rats to deliver messages and religious propaganda, paraphernalia.
All of the Rat King's works are done in truth. I suffer for honesty, not lies. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the Bat, I shall not fear him. The day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of salvation.
Angel Bird Vallelunga. Angel Bird Vallelunga became fanatically loyal to Bane after they both served time in Santa Prisca's brutal Penadero prison. Imprisoned in Blackgate since the events of the Christmas Eve riot, Bird believes Bane's recent escape was actually a government strike force abduction. Bird hopes Bane will return to reward his followers and exact revenge on Batman.
The venom that flowed through my veins once gave me incredible power.
Alright, and with that, we go to the game. Welcome back. I am here now. Alright, let's go take a look at this guy. Oh no, he took Woody.
Woody? Where the hell is Woody?
Uh-oh.
Wesker. Damn it, I saw that look in his eyes when we went to bed. I knew I couldn't trust him not to steal Woody from under my nose.
Uh-oh. Gothcorp. Divine Church Station. There's crosses all over the place. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to do. Decorate. Should we put that there or should we put it over here? I must say we put it over there. Right, and then we'll put our cross up, right? We got a cross. I like this one because it's big. And also, it gave me, I got inspiration from this room here, but apparently whoever lives in this room is really religious. I guess Gothcorp? This cell is haunted. Interesting. Hopefully I don't punch my desk. I'm probably going to end up doing that. Hey, Bronze Tiger, Turner. You know, that's one thing about Batman is he never says the name of the villain or the name of the character. He always says their real name. So he'll always say, "Hey, Turner," or something like that.
Sorry again for the harsh welcome yesterday.
Again?
Hope your second day in prison is going better than the
You
first.
didn't apologize.
Need anything?
Guessing this ain't your first time behind bars.
What makes you say that?
The way you carry yourself, confident. I just get the feeling you've been here before.
Not my first bid in Blackgate. I've seen a lot of people pass through here. Most of them deserve better than this. Others deserved a lot worse.
Most of them deserved better. This is Blackgate. I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting a vacation.
You think we deserve to be treated like animals? Manhandled by Tiger? Half those guards were crooked cops on the outside. Sounds like they broke your spirit before you got here.
Any advice for a new guy trying to stay alive as long as possible?
Part of staying alive in here is staying sane. If you get a chance to attend group therapy with Dr. Quinzel, you should take it.
Speaking from experience, I mean, no offense, but I wouldn't peg you as the type.
Guys like you and me aren't much for talking. But there are worse things than listening.
Okay.
Otis Flanagan, prisoner in here. You know anything about him?
Haven't seen him in a while. His cell's on this block. I used to see him going to group therapy in the library. He fell in with the rat cult some time ago. Definitely unstable. Why you asking?
Yeah, you said it. I'm worried he could hurt somebody. That makes it my business to know where he is.
I've seen him be friendly with old Joe from the commissary. If you haven't already, try talking to him.
Oh, I've talked to Joe. Thank you. Oh, by the way, if you hear my creaky ass chair, that's because I'm sitting down now. I love the look of Bronze Tiger too.
Be careful out there.
Not only is his name Bronze Tiger, but look, he's got like stripes on him. It's kind of, I just think it's cool as hell. Like, look at the pants. I'm definitely gonna punch my desk, bro. Great character. I hope they make another type of character like that in the future.
Cheesecake you made was incredible. Really outdid yourself.
Thanks. Joe couldn't find me cream cheese, so I used mayonnaise and then added some sugar packets.
Oh, wow.
Mayonnaise? You're sick in the head, you know that?
You wouldn't have known the difference if I hadn't told you, you wimp. I tell you I was working the line at the Iceberg Lounge when I got rolled up. Cops raided the joint. Wanted me to talk, but I never did. So they put my prints on a planted gun. And that was all she wrote.
That's bullshit, man. Those cops were probably on some rival boss's payroll.
Probably. But I'm no snitch. If I gotta do a few years in Blackgate to keep my dignity, so be it.
Alright, Otis Flanagan. Oh, this looks like it.
Flanagan's cell. I'll search it for evidence as to how he snuck into death row.
A rat through and through. Group therapy right here.
Otis doesn't sound like the social type, but he carved out time for group therapy with Dr. Quinzel. Huh. To Otis, thanks for the book. I'll give it back to you at next week's session. Joe.
I like this.
Must be Joe from the commissary. What do you mean by session?
I like the Zatanna poster. She's live at the Monarch Theater. That's interesting.
Electronic engineering, rat biology, and psychotherapy. Looks like these came from the prison library.
Okay. Clues, clues, clues. Look at these shoe prints. Or should I say paw prints?
Distinctive shoe prints, almost like claws. Otis must have cut up his shoes to make these marks. Cops, courts, clink. Same message I saw in Shrike's apartment. Otis isn't just friendly with rats. He's a follower of the Rat King. Or the Rat King himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's all the evidence. Without my analysis tech, I can't perform a more detailed search.
This here would
I'll trust my instincts. Since Otis ain't here, I gotta go somewhere he hung out a lot. But where?
Otis, you've been doing great in group therapy sessions. Keeping a journal can be difficult.
Otis definitely knows Joe, but there's no evidence he spent much time at the commissary.
But it can be difficult, but it... Wait, what? Keeping a journal can be difficult, but it will help. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. Definitely the library.
Why a place like the library would be perfect for group therapy. And explain all of Otis's books, too. I'll head to the library and see what group therapy's all about. Might learn something about Otis and his access to death row.
Sounds like a plan. Cell block B, more like welcome to Hell block B.
If you're gonna stretch your legs, better get moving. I don't want to hear about any more problems in the yard. Otis Flanagan's missing? Who cares? Crackpot was wailing about the Rat King day and night. Sooner than later, I would have shut him up. Y'all are lucky you aren't in max security. Bunch of prisoners caught a beating last night.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Didn't get much sleep last night, so beat it before I accidentally throw you down a flight of stairs.
Why was that? Why was that? Why did you have a... Why did you, you know... Alright, what do we got in here? Oh, that king thing. Bang, bang.
I've run plenty of counterfeiting jobs before. What I need is something that'll work in the joint. What do the boys in here want to buy, and can I make fakes of it? Let's see here. Counterfeit art? Nah, wouldn't work. Not a very discriminating audience in Blackgate. Drugs might do the trick. Too dangerous. I'll think on it some more. I need to figure out a counterfeiting job I can run in here. Only ideas I got involve working with a partner. I don't know any Falcone guys. And I don't trust the rats. Besides, I can't work with a partner. Or can I?
Maybe you can, man. Maybe you can.
Alright. I've run plenty of con jobs on the outside. What's something I could run on the inside? The Opal City wake-up call? Nah, that's out. I'd need a ruby necklace. Not gonna find one of those in here. Man, this is gonna be tougher than I thought. Okay, I've got it. The perfect con job. The poor man's fiddle. I know that one like the back of my hand. But I can't pull that off alone. That's a two-man job. As much as I hate to admit it, it might be time to start looking for a partner in here.
Our escape plan is coming along, fellas. We got blueprints for all the key sections of Blackgate mapped out.
And we've ID'd some blind spots in the security cameras. We just gotta figure a way out of ourselves quietly.
That guy downstairs, Otis Flanagan, he escaped and they haven't found him yet. How hard could it be?
Yeah, but he learned how to control the minds of rats. How long do you think something like that would take? Realistically, I'm starting to think we can really break out of here. Our rafts are coming along. We've memorized Tiger's shift changes.
The hard part's getting out of ourselves. But if Otis Flanagan did it, we can too. So, why don't one of you go down to his old cell, take a look around? Maybe he left some clues behind.
That cell is filthy. I'm not touching anything in there. You want to go sift through a mountain of rat poop? Be my guest.
What the hell happened to the Roman last night?
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Come on, man. I'm not just some guy. You know me. Who made a move?
Listen, when Carmine Falcone and Captain Bolton tell you to keep your mouth shut, your mouth stays shut.
Every one of Falcone's guys today looks like he got hit by a truck.
Just worry about yourself.
I am. If someone's going after Falcone, are any of us safe?
What are you on about?
You're no more a made man than Harvey Dent.
Unless Ma can dig up some bail money, I'm gonna be in here a while. I might have to join up with the crew. The rats are here to stay. I don't know if I'm buying everything they're selling, but they say Gotham's a sinking ship. Guaca what now? No, I said sinking ship, not chips and dip. Join up with the family? What are you, nuts? Ma would have my head on a silver platter. She never liked those Falcone pukes. Said they were vulgar, lazy, and disrespectful. I know. I can never figure out why she married one neither.
Wow, okay. I don't know what that guy was talking about. Harvey Dent is definitely a big man. I think you mean Bruce Wayne. What do we got on the news tonight?
While the courthouse remains an active crime scene after the tragic events of July 4th, the office of District Attorney Harvey Dent has not halted preparation for the trial of alleged crime boss Carmine Falcone. Falcone is thus far the highest profile arrest in the joint anti-crime and corruption efforts of Dent, Commissioner Gordon, and unofficially, the Batman.
Come on! Everyone knows that was all Batman!
Speaking of Batman, multiple unconfirmed reports have him being spotted at Blackgate Prison last night. Could he have unfinished business with Falcone or the Rats? I asked Commissioner Gordon this morning.
Any rumors are exactly that. Rumors. I thought you reported the facts, Ms. Vale.
We addressed the
Group
public's
therapies in the
concerns, Commissioner,
library.
and they're very concerned about this Day of Wrath mentioned in the Rat King's broadcasts.
Look, as far as we can tell, the so-called Day of Wrath is pure fiction. Just something this Rat King uses to stir people up so they'll commit crimes for him.
Those who've heard the recordings tell us the Rat King is very specific. He says it takes place in 4 days.
Apparently, I wasn't direct enough last time, so let me be absolutely clear. The Day of Wrath is bull.
Wow.
But actions speak louder than words. And while it's a peaceful morning here in Gotham, the GCPD is quietly preparing for the possibility of more violence after nightfall. We'll be right back after this message from Ace Chemicals, creating surprises since 1940.
Falcone's running scared. And we got new recruits coming in every day. I'm feeling lucky.
Don't get cocky. We got the same boots on our necks in here that we do in Gotham. To bring the Day of Wrath to bear, we gotta remain focused, vigilant.
Oh, I'm focused, all right. Focused on stacking my winnings higher than all of you combined.
New truckload of prisoners arrived last night. New recruits. Our plan is working. Gotham's like a parched forest. All it takes is a spark. Our flame will set the whole city on fire.
I'm on fire too, brother. You see that last hand? By the end of the day, my pockets are gonna be so stuffed with cigs, I'll be waddling back to my cell.
You notice anything unusual in max security last night? Any ruckus?
I was asleep. Ruckus? What are you talking about? Ruckus?
You know, ruckus. Commotion, tumult, hullabaloo. As in a little more screaming, wailing, and gunfire than usual.
If there was hullabaloo, I think I would have heard it. You must have had a bad dream.
I'm telling you, there was some kind of ruckus on our block last night.
Could you, describe the ruckus?
Banging, clanging, helter-skelter. The Roman's been tight-lipped all morning. I think something's up.
Helter-skelter, huh? That's a new one. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Hey, Walker.
Ah, damn, Malone, are you all right? I heard you got jumped. I heard it was like bam, 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 and then Bolton shocked you like I reckon you gotta be careful out there, man. You gotta watch your back, all right? All right. You been to group therapy, Malone? I've never been. Therapy's not for me, man. Pumping iron, sweating bullets, getting absolutely shredded. That's my therapy. You should visit Joe in the commissary, man. That guy can get anything you need. Like, he's a wizard. I mean, he's not literally a wizard. I mean, he does have a beard and he's old, but He doesn't do magic tricks. You splitting a cell with somebody? That's the pits, man. I used to have a cellmate, but he talked too much, man. I need my peace and quiet, alright? Alright. Now, you ever get in a scrap and need some backup, you let me know. I'm not a fighter, but I can distract guys with some pretty sweet dance moves while you do your thing. Just say the word and I'll be like, "Radio, good sir." Alright.
2 Charlie 12 checking in. Still no sign of, you-know-who. Don't think he's a fan of the daylight. Situation's clear, boss. Couple rats popping off. Nothing to worry about over here.
New brothers, fresh from the streets. You earned your place here.
Damn right they did. Guy here shot a paramedic trying to pull a cop from a car wreck.
Well, now that you've robbed and beaten and murdered your way into Blackgate, the real work begins. Blackgate isn't paradise yet, but with your help, we'll make it ours. Our numbers are growing. Soon, Blackgate will be ours. Vengeance for Shrike will be visited tenfold upon Tiger. Lady Injustice, the Gotham City Pig Department, they don't have much longer either.
In here, the Roman is already falling. He'll come crashing down soon enough. And listen, if you catch one of his boys on his own, well, that's his fault, ain't it?
Joe's a lifer in Blackgate. He don't look like much these days, but he must have been a bad dude back when God was a kid. Flanagan's got more than one screw loose. He worked with pesticides. Did a number on the old noggin, you know? The rats, the family, I steer clear of both. Life's too short to pick sides, especially when those are the options. Wonder if Joe's got any comics for sale. I don't want to read that dusty old junk in the library. I hear Joe's got a line on some booze. You got any idea how long it's been since I had a drink that wasn't brewed in a toilet?
Gods are even grouchier than usual this morning. What's going on?
Something went down last night. Nobody's saying nothing, but I saw a few guards coming from the infirmary.
You think somebody tried to break out?
My guess is that a certain somebody broke in. If Flanagan's whereabouts are unknown, where's the cavalry? Suppose I went missing. They'd hunt me down like a dog.
You did go missing. During the Joker riots, you escaped and joined up with the Penguin. Batman literally hunted you down like a dog. Wait, you don't remember any of this?
I took a lot of blows to the head that night, okay? I don't think you can blame me for having a shaky memory.
I don't know what happened in Max Security last night, but Tiger's staying quiet about it, and so's the family. Falcone's been the big man on campus since they locked him up, but he's slipping lately. Maybe his time on top is over. Ever bump into Otis Flanagan, president of the Rat King fan club? What around Blackgate is he's hiding in the walls? No shame taking a good beating from Bolton. Hope you got some shots in. If not, there's always next time. If I were Otis Flanagan and found some way to escape my cell, I wouldn't be sticking around. I'd hitch a ride on a boat back to Gotham and kiss this dump goodbye.
Every day, a bus arrives with more prisoners, and I'm gonna convert them to our cause. Falcone's a relic. If they don't bury him at his trial, us rats will finish the job. If you spend a week in the neighborhood I grew up in, you'd realize why Blackgate don't scare me. Tiger's got Flanagan on the run. I think he was close to something big. Maybe even the Rat King himself. The Day of Wrath isn't some fantasy. If our movement grows, we really can bring this place down. Live a life that's truly free.
All right, so this part of the game really is like one of my favorites. It's a key moment, and it's like a core memory for this series. So here we are in the reading rooms. We can actually go through it now. we gratefully acknowledge the contributions made to our library, the Wayne Foundation. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's head in there now.
Dr. Crane, these aren't your patients. They are our patients, and I won't have you bullying them.
These men are hardened criminals, Dr. Quinzel. You can't heal their fractured minds with cuddly vibes and finger painting.
It's called art therapy, you ghoul. Oh, hi.
Afraid we have a straggler.
I'll check him in.
See you back in group. Pray you aren't late again.
Hello. I'm Dr. Quinzel. And you are?
Malone.
Welcome, Mr. Malone. First time in group?
First of many, I hope. Joe from the commissary suggested I join. Says it's worked wonders for him.
Therapy can be very healing, and Joe, his progress has been tremendous. Whew, and you're in luck. Mr. Yamashiro's absent today. His chair's all yours. Hold on, I'll buzz you in.
Thank you.
Please, follow me. You'll have to excuse Dr. Crane. He was brought in to replace the outgoing supervisor, Professor Strange, and, well, he has a very narrow view of therapy. But, while Crane and I don't always see eye to eye, we do share a common field of study.
Yeah, what's that?
The Shadow. Come on, new friend. Let's join the others.
Instead of those cat memes or like dog memes, these are hyenas.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our new friend. This is Mr. Malone.
I don't like you, Arnold.
Mr. Malone,
You scare me.
Please, take a seat.
You scare me, Mr. Wesker.
What we do here is rehabilitation through better understanding
Narrative.
of the Shadow. Our shadow is a blind spot in our psyche.
Not exactly. Our shadow consists of our unconscious fears, shame, and desires that we project.
Don't you
onto
fucking
others.
look at me.
I was getting to that part. The shadow is often rooted in our early development. Mr. Malone, tell us about your childhood.
My childhood. All right. My parents were both murdered in front of me when I was a kid. I saw it. I couldn't stop it. I froze. And they never caught the guy who did it.
Oh, my dear. I'm so sorry. I feel sick in my soul for you.
That's it? The subject has no use for your feelings, Doctor. He needs a clinical diagnosis, not a bleeding
The
heart.
fucking pen, bro.
Aren't you supposed to be quietly observing? Keep your comments to yourself, Crane.
I am here to supervise this clown
My
car.
parents would fight all the time. They'd rage at each other and at me. I called it prize fighting because I always got the belt. 7 years old. Couldn't defend myself. I did some awful things over the years to get back at them. Your shadow never leaves you. You wrestle with it all the time. But you can learn to coexist.
Thank you, Joe. That was beautiful. Arnold, let's talk about the dummy. Wasn't that Mr. Donegan's?
This is Woody, and we're best friends. Friends? We just met, Four Eyes, and you're far too clingy for me.
Woody, let Arnold speak first.
You're addressing the doll now? I'm putting an end to this. Keep your mitts off me! Hand over the doll, you feeble-minded worm.
Where are you taking him?
To a more structured clinical environment.
Is that where you took Mr. Yamashiro? Is that where you took the other inmates?
Nice kumbaya, Doc.
Today's session was a total failure.
I got a long list of regrets, Doc. But coming here ain't one of them.
Thanks, Joe. You know, Mr. Malone here joined today because of you. I think there's a lot you could teach him. I'll leave you two alone.
Kid, grab that book for me, will you? And then we'll take a walk.
The ego, the self, and the shadow. Consciousness, personal, collective.
You brushing up on how to escape?
Nah, I just like to reread it every few years.
There you go, man.
Thanks, kid. I don't move so quick anymore.
What's with the hyenas?
You all right?
Bum leg. Comes and goes.
How'd it happen?
Running away from something. Stress causes it to flare up.
What's got you so stressed, Joe?
Right now, all your questions.
It's alright. Iceberg Lounge opening?
I know what you're thinking. Dead end, right?
Well,
not exactly.
I'm too close to the table, man. Secret entrance.
This place is full of secrets.
Rat King! Well, I hear some rats in here.
Watch your step,
oh,
kid.
shit, sorry. Can I close
It's a shortcut I use for moving around items of a legally questionable nature.
So this is all contraband?
Nah, most of it is above board.
Why, you don't throw anything away?
I threw my life away, kid. But yeah,
fair.
Nowadays, I'm a bit of a pack rat. So, what's on your mind?
He said rat.
I need to get to death row.
I see. You should get yourself fitted for a pine overcoat first.
I'm not looking to die there, just visit.
I don't think you understand the function of death row. In any case, you'll need an access code just to get through the front door.
Great. An access code. You got one?
Nah. This ain't small potatoes. If you want an access code, you'll have to do something for me.
Name it.
Of course, man.
Head through this door. We'll talk around front.
These dates confuse me. Like 1970? Is it 1970? Because I'd have never thought it was we were in the 70s here. Okay, I don't need this. Thank you, Joe, for this. I don't think I read the bottom one either.
a side hustle, as you're well aware. It just so happens I have a package for someone. Needs to be delivered.
Sounds easy enough.
Look, I'll help you. But I gotta know. What the hell are you hoping to find in Death Row?
The chapel. I'm looking to repent. I hear they got a good confession booth there.
You really want to confess your sins, kid?
That was sarcasm.
Stick with therapy. Well,
okay.
Assuming you're serious about this, go find an inmate named Bird. He'll be in the yard. Give Bird this package in exchange for a bundle of cash. But don't be a hero. And don't resort to violence.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right.
That's an alley you don't want to go down.
I'll do my best, Joe.
Once you get the cash, meet me back here. You hold up your end, and I'll get you that Death Row access code.
All right, let me read this. The majority of the riot-related deaths in Gotham City on Independence Day can be attributed to the so-called rat cultist investigation or the Gotham City Police Department often lethal response. One fatality, however, has many observers questioning whether... Okay, we did read this one. And then here we go. We got Rat, Rush, Ruins, Iceberg, Opening. Only days after settling his lawsuit against the Gotham City Port Authority, Oswald Cobblepot is facing another delay in his latest business venture. This time, though, it's not the Penguin causing trouble, it's the rats. Cobblepot's new nightclub, the Iceberg Lounge, was set to open this month after weeks of publicity generated by the controversial businessman's protracted legal struggles. However, recent rioting by the rat cult has resulted in serious damage to several Bowery businesses, including the lounge attached to the Cyrus Pinckney Museum of Natural History. The setback could delay the opening for months, forcing Cobblepot to look to alternative locations. This city's elites tried to take my good name, and now this lot of whiskered street urchins are trying to take my business, said Cobblepot in a statement made after the Independence Day riots. But like generations of Cobblepots before me, my will remains unshakable. The Iceberg Lounge will be the coolest destination in the general city of Gotham. And the great city of Gotham. Whether we open tomorrow or the 21st, you hear that? You get that? October 21st. To book your resi now, call 423-2374. Cobblepot's new nightclub has been the subject of controversy since he announced it in April following his release from Blackgate Prison after providing evidence against alleged crime boss Carmine Falcone to the district attorney's office. A lawsuit against the Gotham City Port Authority then followed, with Cobblepot accusing the city of negligence in allowing his former home, a decommissioned cargo ship, to be sunk. Aw, it's sinking. Damn, it sank. To be sunk while he was imprisoned. The lawsuit was settled for an undisclosed amount, rumored to be in the low 8 figures, with Cobblepot promising that every penny would go into efforts to revitalize the Bowery district. 423-2374. 42323
You've reached the Iceberg Lounge. Unfortunately, due to safety concerns raised by those unwashed little toe rags that call themselves rats, we've had to delay our opening until October October 21st.
Aw.
If you're looking for reservations for our world-famous floor show featuring Tiny the Shark and our very own Tracy Buxton dancing in nothing but an umbrella and a monocle, I'm afraid you're out of luck, sunshine. The coolest club in town is all booked up. Not to worry, though. The queue that wraps around the block is still the oddest place to see and be seen.
Wow. I'm hoping
Well, that's progress. Deliver this package for Joe, and I'll have my way into death row.
Yep.
With a little luck, Otis Flanagan left something there.
I'm hoping that they make it a sequel to this game and they have the opening of Iceberg Lounge run at the same time as certain other things we'll go into later. Possibly.
Ever met Dr. Crane? Yeah, he sat in on my annual review. Partway through, Brandon goes to take a whiz. Crane doesn't say a word, just starts pacing, taking notes with those beady little eyes locked on me. And I thought Professor Strange was a kook. You ever bump into Dr. Quinzel? A couple of times. She really believes in all that rehabilitation stuff. I saw a note she left in someone's cell once. It had horses and rainbows drawn all over it.
She's doing a good thing, but she's kind of crazy, you gotta admit it. I mean, come on, giving Joker crazy cheese? That's kind of crazy, man.
I didn't get much sleep last night. We had some maintenance problems and max security.
I got a question for
So
you.
don't test my patience.
How the f are you standing? Because I broke your goddamn leg.
Instead of bothering me, why don't you go to the library and sign up for group therapy?
I'll have you
I'm
know.
sure Quinzel would love to hear all about your problems.
I'll have you know I just got back from group therapy.
Let me guess. You're a criminal because your mommy and daddy didn't love you enough. Boo effing who. Don't let my plucky attitude fool you, Malone. Surprisingly, I'm a bit of an asshole. Tiger's got a lot of ex-cops on the payroll. They don't mind taking liberties with scum like you.
That guy's an asshole. Oh
Time
my
to find
God.
Bird. I'll check the gym.
So, like I said, this is my favorite place, and a big reason for that. What the fuck is wrong with that light? Okay, and a big reason for that is the fact that you, at night, are like... around and going on the rooftops and like solving things, like throwing batarangs through those holes and all that. Like, that's so cool. But then when you're here, when your match is Malone, you get a ground perspective and awesome like prison movie type music playing.
About that beatdown in Max Security last night? Apparently, I heard that Bolton smashed Falcone through a wall. Sure seems like the tides are shifting in our favor.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure about that. Just because the family's on Bolton's bad side doesn't mean we're any safer. We'll have to wait and see how this game plays out.
Smart.
How sure are we that Bolton clobbered the family last night? They're just rumors, you know?
We gotta hear from the Ratcatcher about this. It could be some fulfillment of prophecy.
You think the Rat King is already here? Walking among us?
Just imagine. Storming out of Blackgate, thousands strong. Seizing the city that's rightfully ours. What a picture.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Whoa, DeMarco, can't let you through. The rats don't want you down there.
You and me were on SWAT duty for years. Now you're telling me I can't walk where I want? I'm not afraid of those cultists. I dealt with worse on the outside.
You had a badge and a gun on the outside, John. They took him when you killed Ramo. You shouldn't go back there, DeMarco. Those rats find out you're an ex-cop, they'll tear you a new asshole.
Stop pretending you're looking out for me. You're just letting them run this place. You know, I got a lot of stories about our time on the force together. It'd be a shame if your boss found out about any ethical mishaps.
Bolton knows exactly what I'm capable of, cop killer. And in case you forgot, I'm happy to give you a refresher course. My company turned Gotham into a world-class city. Now these cultists want to dismantle what little remains of that vision? We weren't perfect.
How dare they?
But GothCorp served the greater good.
Right.
Right, it's all about the greater good. Like me. I joined Black Mask's outfit, but only because he hated Batman.
Batman's a blight on our city, terrorizing industrious men like you and me while blood-sucking rats run riot. One day soon, his number's up.
We gotta stick together, Mr. Boyle. Use our connections on the outside to make life easier in here. Your leadership turned GothCorp into the People Company. Imagine how we could turn this place around.
Your zeal is infectious, Chase. Most of my bank accounts are frozen, but I have some money tucked away. Where do we begin?
Start by making some calls. We gotta be liquid if we're gonna grease the wheels in here. Leave the rest to me.
Hey, you've been in Blackgate for years. Things changed much since Tiger took over?
You bet. And Tiger answers the shareholder, not City Hall. And they brought in experimental weapons, new security procedures. And we just guinea pigs now. People in Gotham could care less how we treat it. And Bolton's got a long leash. He drags us around on it.
Tiger put some huge cannons on top of the prison. What's that about?
Anti-aircraft guns, if you can believe it.
Seriously? Do they think we're all just waiting on a helicopter to show up and fly us out of here?
Buddy, you'd be surprised. I've seen it happen at least 3 times.
Wow. I love this prison.
I ain't telling you nothing about what happened in Max Security. That's family.
You better tell me right now, buddy. You better.
I don't know if you work for the rats or you're just suicidal. But if someone catches you spying on Falcone again, you're dead. There's more rats piling into Blackgate every day. Cops must be giving Tiger a bulk discount. I helped build Falcone's empire on the outside. Just because I'm a guest of this state don't mean I stopped living in style. You already made one trip to the infirmary. Unless you want a staycation there, get out of my sight.
You'll eat those words soon enough, my friend. I promise.
Pigman's gonna need more bodies.
Not here. We'll talk later.
We don't have enough scalps for showtime. You working death row tonight?
Hold yourself up before somebody hears you.
So this is the infamous death row, huh? I wonder if there's a echo in there. Huh. I don't think I've ever been under there. Hi. Look at your moldy ass hands. Oh my goodness.
Damn shame what the rats did to us last night. That's twice they've gotten to the Roman.
You think a mob of rats paraded into Max Security last night?
Who else would it be?
If the rats did this, they would have dropped bodies.
They don't even know it's
Everyone in our
Batman
crew's
yet.
still breathing. Something don't add up.
They think it was the rats. That's crazy.
The rats didn't attack Max Security last night. If they did, they'd be shouting it from the rooftops. I've heard nothing.
So who then? Bunch of Tiger guards getting their kicks? Don't tell me Batman's here again.
Don't know, but someone's gearing up for war. And I'm starting to feel like I'm on the losing side.
Watch your mouth, bro. If we go to the mattresses, the Roman's gonna need your help.
Watch your mouth, bro. The Roman's gonna need your help. Can I go up here? What's in here? I mean, I probably can't go in here now. What? Whoa. They're bricking it up, boarding it up. Interesting. Ricky LeBlanc's no longer afraid of the Batman. That's unfortunate. I saw you last night.
Come on, you can tell me what happened to Falcone and the boys last night. Who was it? Captain Bolton?
If you've been there like you're supposed to, you'd already know.
I told you, my vertigo was acting up. Every time I got out of bed, I nearly passed out.
That wasn't vertigo. The problem's with your spine. As in you ain't got one.
Hang on, I thought for sure you were right next to Falcone.
How the putz like you fall in with Falcone anyway? Last year you were an errand boy for Cobblepot.
Penguin one's just out to make a buck. The Falcone family's got values I can believe in.
Values like paying 10 grand to plant a bomb on that eyesore you had floating in the harbor?
Oh, hey, that's mildly insulting. I got a lot more than 10 grand for selling them out.
You got prison, apparently. That's funny.
You notice there's more rats roaming around than last week?
Yeah?
Bringing them in by the boatload.
Sure does. And they don't have that signature Blackgate prison malaise. They're happy being here. Excited, even.
They think they can change this place from the inside out.
Only thing that's gonna happen is Tiger's gonna tear their insides out. You ever meet a guy in here named Franklin Accardo? Big scar on his left arm?
Older guy. Part of the Bloodhaven Six? In here for racketeering, yeah?
Yeah. Heard he got a pacemaker put in after he came in here. Wonder if it's still ticking.
Pretty sure he got parole last month. Lucky bastard.
Hey, Elliot, you gonna let me through this time? Look, I got a package.
Got something for Bird? He's inside. Don't keep Bird waiting, fish.
I wanted to punch him. I just want to state that for the record.
Who the hell are you?
Hey, Bird. It's me again, remember? You remember me.
Malone.
Remember?
I got a package for you from Joe.
Give it here.
Money? Where's the money? Fine. There you go.
That feels light. You playing games with me?
No, no games. I'll just take your money and be on my way.
That guy looks like Michael Jordan.
I expected more. If Joe can't deliver, then I keep my money.
Don't sound fair, Birdie.
Life isn't fair. You know, I was born in Peñador prison. And you're gonna die in Blackgate.
All right, Bird. Let's go.
Break him.
Break him, you fucking corny.
This is for Bobby B. The pain train.
For who?
Gonna smash your grill. Incoming.
All right, come on. Boom. All right, Bird. Come on.
Where's the money?
To hell with you.
Money. Now.
It's behind a loose brick in the wall.
Nice, Birdie.
Sorry, Joe. Just this once, I'm gonna play the hero, okay? Just this once. For you, Joey.
Job's done. I'll bring this back to Joe.
What happened to Bird?
Move out of the way, buddy. Move out of the way. Hey, Joe.
I got your money.
At your blood, someone else's.
It was a group effort.
I told you not to get rough with them.
Yeah, well, I had no choice.
We always have a choice, kid. Here. Your cut of the profits from the delivery.
And the access code?
0529. It changes in the morning, so do what you have to do before then.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. You did good work. Apart from the violence.
0529. Let's get one of these. One of these. And one of these. And let's replace the cross with the dog tags. And then let's talk to old man.
Need something, Malone?
Just want to talk, buddy.
I was hoping we could talk.
Sure. What about?
What was your life like on the outside?
It was a long time ago. Sure you want to hear about this? It's not a thriller.
Of course. I want to hear about it, yeah.
Spend more time talking to you than anyone else here. I'm curious.
Well, there's no one still alive in here that could vouch for this, but I was a pretty big deal back in the day.
That's so?
I wasn't a Falcone or nothing, but I pulled a few big jobs. Before they built that casino out near Amusement Mile, there was a whole string of bars, pool halls, and card joints. For a stretch, me and my buddies owned that block. Those places were like ATMs. We'd come knocking, take what we want, and peel out. We were living fast.
Sounds like a good time. What happened?
Those buddies started disappearing, till it was just me. What used to be a never-ending party became something else. Something I still have a hard time talking about. But hey, that's what Dr. Quinzel is for.
Yeah, group therapy. Does it actually help?
It's not always a zoo, like today. Sometimes it's good to talk. That stuff you shared was pretty heavy. Sorry about your parents.
Thanks, but it doesn't change anything. Talking about it feels useless.
It does at first. You think I can't change the past, but you keep talking, and you realize you don't have to run from it either.
Got any family?
Younger brother. As far as I know, he's doing all right. We don't exactly talk.
How come?
We grew up poor. Rough neighborhood. Rougher parents. He dealt with it his way. School, marriage, kids, the whole nine. I dealt with it my way. We know how that turned out. As far as he's concerned, I died a long time ago.
I don't believe that. People out there care about us.
Come talk to me in 20 years, kid. See you around, kid.
Thank you, Joe. Alright, let's go talk to Leslie.
Shares of Falcone Shipping continue to rise even after an attack on CEO and alleged mobster Carmine Falcone in Blackgate Prison. Acting CEO Alberto Falcone told reporters that, quote, investors know that, like my father, our company is strong enough to bounce back from anything. Despite the elder Falcone's arrest in May, the company is still planning to expand worldwide operations in the next fiscal year. Ace Chemicals is back in the news, and as expected, it's not good. Investors lost their taste for the stock after the parent company of Soder Cola canceled a major product launch. Ace reportedly invested over $1 billion to harvest a rare South American plant to flavor their new Sprinkle Fizz Gold. But test markets have reported what the company will only refer to as, quote, adverse side effects. All things considered, a bad quarter is still better than poisoning your customers, but Ace Chemicals' rivals at Zesty Cola might just be the refreshing change that thirsty investors are craving.
More folks in here than usual. What the hell happened last night? The infirmary and max security's backed up, so it's gonna get cozy in here.
Hey, Leslie.
I can't imagine you got any rest last night. Is your hand okay? Or did you want to talk about something else?
My hand is killing me, along with every other part of my body.
Oh, I know all about last night. It's been much busier in here today than usual. Want me to look at your hand? I could redress it for you.
No thanks. Can't stay long. It probably looks suspicious. You have patients waiting out there.
Surprised you called them patients, but you're right. Those men out there need me. Same as you do.
Need to ask you about a prisoner named Otis Flanagan. He may have been Falcone's attacker. And the Romans seem to think he's the Rat King. I have to find him.
He's been here once or twice, but I won't tell you his medical history. Though I'm sure you have your ways of getting around that.
No.
What I will tell you is he's eluded the guards before, and he's extremely dangerous. If you find him, what are you going to do?
Falcone may be holding out on me. I need to hear Flanagan's side of the story.
What a good detective does. Listens. Thanks for taking what I said the other day to heart.
That kid on the courthouse roof had an accomplice. They fought him in the Monarch Theater. I need to find him somehow.
Sure you want to do that? That boy's pain must be unbearable. What do you think will happen if you contact him? And which you are we talking about?
I don't know. But when this is all over,
Until this is over, there's time. Focus on the journey in front of you. It might give you some answers once you reach your destination.
Yeah, that kid, there's no reason, you know. He's talking about the kid that was in the projector room. That kid had no crime, like no criminal record, nothing like that. Like, he's just lost, you know?
Talk to you
That's
later.
what people like Leslie are for. They're to, like, see that these people need help, not like a firm hand that Batman gives, or like that Dent gives, and just kind of like help them out. That's why I love characters like Leslie. And that's why I love how, you know, this version of Batman, basically.
What happened to you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Heard there was an unexpected visitor on the family's block last night. Your injuries got anything to do with that?
I said I don't want to talk about it.
Keep your dirty snout out of my affairs, rodent.
Sure you won't tell me how you got hurt last night?
Aww.
Why the hell would I share the secrets of the family with the likes of you? You just want to gloat about me getting my ass beat.
I'm in here because I got my ass beat. I'm not in a position to be gloating.
Oh wow, look at this guy. What the hell are you looking at, buddy? Look at, these are the people, you know. I don't know what's wrong with this guy's pee-pee, but he's, you know, having trouble with that. Like, look at this. Look at this. Who is that? Who is that? That picture there makes me really interested. A red cape, blue suit kind of reminds me of like a Kryptonian. I wouldn't say Superman, but Kryptonian. All right, let's head to bed and end the video.
What an episode, right? I mean, you know, group therapy.
Move it along before we lock down. I don't need Bolton's permission to give any one of you turds free cosmetic surgery.
Who the hell is talking? Look, man. Like I said, man, this is a good episode, I think, because I love the group therapy episode.
Almost lights out, B-Block. Head to your cells before I drag you there by your teeth. B-Block, final warning. Head to your cells unless you're feeling lucky.
Do you understand how hard I can punch?
Do you understand that if I punched you maybe 3 times, if you're lucky, once if you aren't, I could punch you so hard right now that you literally you don't just fall over. You literally fly backwards. You understand that? That's as hard as a car. I can punch you as hard as a car, bro.
Okay. Did we get a poster? No. We could use another poster, actually. I didn't think about that. I should have gotten another poster. All right. There we go. So we got Gray Ghost comic book. futuristic looking thing. With on the back, it's the car bombs. If you ever watched that episode, which I still think is canon, even though young Bruce Wayne says he thinks that he's never seen it, but maybe it's just brain block from he just saw his parents die, and I don't think he's thinking straight. And this Blackgate prison thing. Okay.
Still not sure Otis Flanagan's the Rat King.
I'm not either.
I believe he attacked Falcone in the chapel.
Yeah.
After lights out, I'll hit death row before Tiger cleans the crime scene.
Alright, y'all. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, the whole shebang. Because I need it. I am desperately in need of that. Okay? I need more attention, please. Like my mustache. My scar. My hand scar. This one still hurts. But anyways, guys, I'll see you tonight. Okay? Because tonight we find Otis Flanagan. Alright, peace out, bye.